Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, along with my co-host, Brett.
Hola, my loves.
We're here to talk 90 Day Fiancé the other way. This is season 4, episode 10. One hand does not clap. And I think what they're talking about here is the clapping, potentially the only clapping that I remember is when Osama was reading his love poem to Debbie that got her hot and bothered. Not hot and bothered, but pretty warm downstairs. She was horny.
Nice. I honestly didn't pay very much attention to that piece. I was like, oh, Osama's reading a poem. I'm gonna stare at my phone, and then it was over. So,
It's funny that like
but
at that poetry reading, everyone was like reading in English, unless like maybe it was mixed and they just filmed it that way. But like I was kind of expecting those to be like I don't know what language they speak over in Morocco, but I wasn't expecting everybody to be in English. And I was telling Brett pre-show, I just kind of think this they don't get a lot of screen time because I don't think that she's there that long. I think this is going to end. What's she
yeah,
been there like maybe
true.
4 days, 4 or 5 days max. What's his
Yeah,
face?
other people are talking about like months and months
Yeah,
and months and
exactly.
months. They started like halfway through the season and then still don't get a lot of screen time. So yeah, that is
Yeah,
interesting.
that's something I'm really curious about on the show is like, did everyone start at the same time and like literally maybe they ended so quickly that they needed to just stretch it out, which is why we didn't see them for the first like 3 or 4 episodes. I'm
Do you
not sure
think
about
they started?
what.
I don't think they start at the same time. I feel like they just start whenever their lives start. They're
You're
not
probably,
following like a film schedule.
yeah, you're probably
The
right.
film just and plus it might be easier to do some first and then
That's
send the
true.
same film to the next country. So I don't
Right,
know,
like they
but
they they're like, okay, we're gonna do 5 couples, but man, this Osama and Debbie, that's really quick. Maybe we can squeeze in a fifth or a sixth. But yeah, I again, we didn't see him a lot. I don't find their relationship to be that interesting. It's I don't even know how many episodes are left in the show, but I mean, I can't see that relationship. Once they're saying they're going back to his parents' house, I think as soon as they get there, she's gone. She's
okay.
not gonna deal
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that to happen. But yeah, the show keeps dragging on, I feel like when is it gonna end?
with it. I agree. Like it's like what is like, especially like if you're saying everything isn't at the same time. Like it could go on forever. But yeah, that was super brief. Let's talk about the other one that there's two that really like I thought were interesting. I know you said there was only one, but for me, I kind of enjoyed the not in a good way, but Chris and Jemmy, they want to buy a food truck because they want to start a business together. And I don't know if that's a smart decision.
I think it's a terrible decision because I don't think they know a single thing about running a business and they're very
Right.
like Chris is scatterbrained and crazy and all this stuff. And like I have no doubt she can probably like cook decent food or both of them can, but running a legitimate business, I don't know. I mean, she did have some knowledge when it comes to she was talking about the books and she needs to
Yeah,
know how much it's going to cost all that, but I don't know. I do know that zombie food truck was freaking sick though. That was
that
cool.
was really cool. That was really cool. The thing about like I think in the food industry is like you don't really get a lot of time off unless you're like super successful, especially if it's just them in a food truck. Like they need to work constantly.
Yeah,
So
it didn't sound like they're hiring employees. It sounded like they were
right.
going to sit in there and cook food, which yeah, I mean, they're pretty much working probably 12-hour days or something.
We haven't
Do-
seen him work yet. And I mean, Chris doesn't work. She says she's very picky about her job, and of course, for some reason, a food truck is not picky for her. But she even said before that her assets froze because she probably didn't tell her credit card company or any of her like debit card, credit card that she was leaving the country for good, which is dumb.
Yeah,
They
yeah, that's kind of fun.
like or
There's
like,
always something.
hey, I just bought plane tickets for I'm going to Greece in the summer and I got a text immediately. It was like, "Hey, is this you that did this?" Like, and I said yes. Like she probably could have just said, "Yes, this is me over here. Don't freeze my stuff." And I don't know why she can't just call. Like she's like, "I need to go back to Alabama." This to me, I'm starting to worry about that one more and more. They
That's happened to me before where they've thought my credit card was stolen and it wasn't because I was in a different state and
yeah,
I just
it
had to
happens.
basically
You
say,
can just
yes, this is me.
yeah,
So
exactly. Super easy. Super easy. Like they have a phone. They're literally talking into a phone. Like like I don't understand it. It to me it's just starting to like she's looking like she's making excuses to like get out of there. Like she's like, oh, keep my necklace when I leave. I only booked a one-way trip. So it just
mhm.
I don't know. I know that they're already married, but it's not
What does
looking
that
good.
mean?
Yeah,
In the
exactly.
previews, in the previews, they're fighting because she's been there
Yeah.
for a month.
Yeah,
Like I feel like some of these couples are just like, oh, I've been here for a month, I've been here for 4 months, and
yeah.
like for us, it's one episode to the other
It's
episode.
1 week. It's 1 week.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
but
I'm starting to be a little unsure about them, especially like if she just didn't manage, like I don't know, man, like you can't like if you're and then no narcolepsy medicine she can't get in Colombia, so she needs to go back and get it. Like I don't know, I'm
yeah, Colombia's like,
stocked down on
sorry,
them.
that's a crazy American problem. We don't supply that here.
Yeah,
That's not a real thing.
yeah.
But what do you think about the bus though, or the food truck? Like 10,000 and 20,000. I did not expect them to come in with that price. That seems very low.
Is it American?
American, yeah. They're
So
buying a moving vehicle that also is a kitchen. That
I
just seems
agree. I agree. I thought it was, and she's like, man, I thought it was gonna be less. I was like, I thought it'd be more. Like
I was expecting like
it's
close
street
to 100.
legal. It's street legal. It's already like modified to have the things. You don't really need to add anything. She's like, we need a bigger fryer. I was like, okay, what do you know? You've never done this before. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I was thinking, I thought that little one would be at least like 40K, maybe even more.
When I saw it, I was like, what's he gonna say? I'm like, yeah, he's probably gonna say like 100 grand because it's gonna be something crazy that's gonna like completely blow their minds. But 10 grand, it's like
Right.
shit.
Like if you
Could have start a food truck
not
business.
not that 20,000 isn't a lot of money, but if she's like, man, we really need to like hammer down, like I just was like, this is just because I don't really know what she does. Like, what does Jamie do? Like, we
Oh, yeah, Jamie, I think has like a remote job of some sort. So yeah, I don't know how that works. They don't really talk about that. Chris, I'm pretty sure quit or retired or something like that.
yeah, it's just it's sketch, very sketch, stuck in
Which
my
one did you
opinion,
buy?
going down. What's that?
You buy the 10 grand one or the 20 grand zombie one?
I really liked the 20 grand, like had seats in it. I thought that was kind of cool because that like can get you some tips. It's like more of a chance to get like maybe a bigger tip. But I thought it was cool. I don't really understand why there's a zombie truck in Colombia, but I thought it was cool.
Clearly, whoever owned it before went out of business and had to sell the truck.
Right, right, right. Okay, another one, like quick one. Like we weren't really totally surprised by this. Gabe talks to Isabel's dad. He's okay with it. All of the transgender thing. He shows some pictures. He asked him if he can marry Isabel. He says yes. This was like I think both of us agreed. Like this was all like just a smokescreen to make us question. Like, oh, he's gonna be so angry, and he really wasn't. I thought he was like pretty nice about it. Like just was asking like just questions that he just didn't understand, and he wasn't like mean about it. He just got down to the bottom of it. And I thought it was good. And then she proposed to her. Like I don't really love the proposal, like in a pot, like a color me mine type of thing. And she says yes, but good for them. I want to see what happens. Just because she said yes doesn't mean they're actually going to get married. But one step down.
No, I definitely think they're a solid couple. They have nothing stepping in their way at this point except for themselves,
Yep.
which I guess is the case with everybody in every couple, but they don't seem to
Yeah.
fight ever. Whereas
Yeah,
every other couple fight
if
all
that's
the
the
time.
only thing that's against you on the show, I would say like that's you're pretty in clear. So I kind of think that they're the leaders in the clubhouse for the highest chance to actually still be together or make it through the entire thing with no issues. All right, the two fun ones. Who do you want to do first? I kind of feel like Nicole and Mahmoud is like the cherry on top. The Jenna Ricci stuff. She finally makes it back. What are your thoughts on like? And she's just like, oh, he's so hot with his towel, just a towel on, and like this is exactly the picture you saw that like got you all mad.
Was it? Because to me, I mean, she even brought it up that he doesn't have six-pack abs. Rishi got fat. Like, what happened to Rishi? I guess she was gone for like how long was she gone? 4 months or something. I feel like that's what she said. And then Rishi all of a sudden ear belly. Because he did have abs in the picture, I'm pretty sure, and now he's looking a little out of shape. So I don't
I'm not
know.
gonna lie, I didn't really notice it that much, but now that you say that, that's pretty funny. Like, or do you think he's touching up his photos?
Maybe. I mean, so I actually noticed it when they first saw each other and he was in a tank top or something. I'm like, his belly's like feels like it's sticking out a little bit. And then he definitely looked like, he was in more shape in the sauna room. So I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah.
Would you do that? Would you do that massage, that oil drip massage?
Sure. It looks fine.
Yeah, two people
Yeah,
working on it.
was it
That.
just their forehead? Like it was literally just an oil drip on their forehead and then
Oh, if it was just
massage it.
foreheads, I'd want the whole thing. But I
Yeah,
think
I'm
you're
like,
right.
let's oil drip all the way down.
Yeah, hell yeah,
But
right. But
it looks fine.
she confronts him. We don't really. It looks like her friends come next week to really like
Oh, really?
stick the catfish to him and stuff like that.
Hope so. That'll be interesting. And I want to know, did that girl catfish with like a fake profile of someone who's hot, or does she catfish as
Well, I
herself?
think she might have said that like she did it with her regular one, and then he realized that they were mutual friends, and he just blocked her. I think she said that. But then
That
again,
was
he
after.
should know. Yeah, yeah, he should know. I mean, that's how do you not just dumb all around. I don't think they're gonna work. I know he like tried to like make the apartment look good, but
Well, there's that whole dilemma where when he went to the strip club place with his astrology friend, and they
yeah,
said, you got to tell your parents that she's your girlfriend in 50 days from now. So I don't
yeah,
even think he
I
told
love
him
that.
that yet. That was crazy.
Yeah, I love also the flashback where like they went to talk to him together, and he's like, "Man, I don't know. You can't get married today. You can't get married tomorrow. It's gonna be a rough 3 years." I was like, "Okay."
I think this and the Nicole relationship is like the longest on the show. Like, because
Like
I'm pretty
time wise.
sure, yeah, time wise, because I'm pretty sure when she was back in Oklahoma, she said she was there for like 4 months, and now
Yeah,
she's
she's
back
back.
to India, and then there's a whole another 50 days he has to wait to tell his parents.
If he
Like
follows
it's
that
like a
rule,
whole year.
if he
What?
follows, if he follows the way the stars work.
Yeah, maybe he's
But
into that crazy shit.
that was funny though. I'm not a big zodiac person, but I guess over there he said they take it seriously, but not for me, Clive. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Nicole Mahmoud and it's Noran, right? Is that her name? Noran?
Yeah, Noran, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Noran. All right, so Nicole is apparently was staying in her room 12 hours a day. That literally sounds like prison, and just hangs out with his mom's just in the vicinity. And she finally goes online, which I'm surprised that she didn't do before, to like meet up or take a class for yoga, and it's an all women's class because like Mahmoud finally goes when he talks about it at the dinner, he doesn't feel comfortable around her being around other men. And she very staged that like she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you around here before." And they just have a conversation. And she kind of like tells her that like, "Hey, over on this side of town, you can do all these things, but where you are now, they're very like set in their ways, like believe that the men and women are not equal." And it kind of gets in her, not in her head, but she's like, "Yeah, you're right. I am gonna tell her. I'm gonna stand up to Mahmoud." And he takes her on a date to get hummus. And the hummus that you, myself, and the rest of America are familiar with is the stuff chickpeas and mashed up that you can put on bread and crackers and stuff like that. This is a drink. Are you ready for this drink, Brett? I got the
Do
definition
what?
right here. I have the definition of this drink.
Lemon juice, right? Yeah. What is it?
Yeah. One of the most popular Egyptian winter drinks. It is a warm, willing, filling, and rich in flavor. It's prepared by boiling chickpeas in a soup that is made of tomatoes, onions, and garlic. Finally, it's served along with spices so you can tailor it to your taste. So I guess the one they got was with lemon juice. And I don't know. I would try this, but I
Doesn't
wouldn't
sound
want to
terrible.
drink it
It sounds like
on a
soup.
what's that?
Sounds like soup,
It does sound like soup.
basically.
Yeah, it's
Like
soup in a
tomato
cup.
soup with like some chickpeas in
I,
it.
yeah, and I also
They use
wouldn't want to
it.
drink it on a goddamn bridge. Like took her, they like literally sitting in fold out chairs on like a high speed bridge, like over a turnpike. So not
I
for me.
mean,
I wouldn't do that. And she kind of just
if you
breaks him
live
down
in
like, "Hey, what?"
if you live in Egypt, especially if you're a woman in the conservative part, maybe sitting next to a highway full of speeding cars is the best thing you can.
That's
Just
a good
end it
point though
all.
too. Yeah, so she tells him that like, "Hey, let's I really like what she says. Like, and he's like in his confessional, he's like, I don't like this woman. This is bad for my relationship. And I'm actually shocked that he agreed to go out to this like three-way dinner. And they battled it out.
It was
I think
great.
she won, man. She was like checking him in every turn.
She was a beast. Like she was the beginning of the episode, Noran doing the not the yoga, but the meditation stuff. And
Yeah.
then when she had that conversation with Nicole, I was like, dang, she's just like
She's
landing
not
out
holding
there
back.
like you know, you're as a woman here in Egypt, you're not like captive. You can do other
Yeah.
stuff and be a normal person. So it was, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I like this girl. And then when she had the dinner, yeah, dinner with them, and they just were arguing immediately. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think he got checked there, man. He got checked pretty hard. And I did laugh when he was like, "Oh, yeah, you're a very nice woman." Like, and he's in confessionals. He's like, "I hate this woman. She's the worst woman I've ever met." I still think I can't believe that they're still like there together. Like, just like, hey, let's
yeah,
reset, and like they're all good for now. Like, hey, all of our problems, let's not talk about them, and maybe they'll go away as she meets a
yeah.
new person that like changes her mindset.
I know I missed last week, and I kind of even I watched the episode, but I still missed the part where it went from like we're divorced in 5 minutes to like, oh, we're
It
we're
was literally
fine.
was just like that. His brother Ahmed like diffused the
Yeah, the
situation.
brother. Yeah, so I was like, did I miss something? Because I feel like they
No,
like
that's how
were
it
blowing
was.
up each other at the pool, and the next thing I know, the brother's like, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
So now I guess they're back together. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Noran, she has great hair, so I guess you don't want to cover up your hair in Egypt. She has better hair than Nicole. Sorry, Nicole, your haircut style is
Nicole, yeah, I
weird.
mean Nicole's got the weirdest style I've for someone in this decade. It's so strange, especially for someone who loves style and clothes. Like it's very like old school. Like she'd be hanging out in like a background character in an Austin Powers movie. That's what the vibes that I
Mhm.
get from her. Do you think they're done? Still, she's a
No,
fool if she's not.
at this point, I don't think they're done. I mean, at least not on the show. I think they're going to be fine for the show. They might get divorced in like 3 years from
Yeah,
now or something. But I think after they handled that blow up and she has this friend,
yeah.
I don't,
It could actually work for them. That'd be crazy. Just too crazy to me.
unless he just like forbids her from seeing the friend and then she agrees to be forbidden and then just leaves altogether. I mean, that would really be the only other outcome I see, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And again, it
But
just
what,
shows
so
how crazy these people are.
she did want to go to she did want to go to yoga, the yoga class that Noran teaches. And then I thought it was funny how she said that men come to my class to do yoga. They don't want to look at girls. And then he's like, if I'm in your class and a booty's in my face, I'm gonna look.
Yeah, she's like, "What do you think? Boobs are on girls just for you to look at them and not to like nurture children?" He's like, "Oh, I might see them. I like them." It's just like, dude, this guy, he's like a 16-year-old. He's got a 16-year-old mind. This is what I like. Is this his whole like just anything he says, and then he's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really like that dude. But I'm shocked that she's still there. I mean, she's just as much as fault as he is.
She Noran described him perfectly. She said he was a follower and that
Yeah.
like all those people are just very they follow whatever they're told with the religion and women have to cover themselves and then the whole like yes my love but then they're
Yep.
they're a prisoner.
Hmm.
They're just copying everyone else or everyone he's grown up with.
Yeah. All right, so this show, I don't know when it's gonna end. It's like we still at least it looks like a couple. Next week is not the finale, so I'm thinking maybe 12 episodes, 12 or 14. Hopefully 12. I feel like there's everything like you think there's going to be an endpoint, and then it just kind of gets fixed or refreshed the following week. So I'm gonna say 12 episodes, two more. But
Well,
what
you can keep going as long as they're
you
together,
can.
right?
I'm just hoping that we need to we need to get to an end point of this show. I think just for like these people, they need to just either shit or get off the pot what they're doing. But we will be here to cover it. We just had our Love Is Blind. We had Survivor. We still are in a lull. I think a new Below Deck starts tomorrow, but we will be here. And if you have any show suggestions, let us know. We will check out any show and do a review for it. But for myself and Brett, thank you. See you.
Adios, my loves.